Assalamu alaikum, this is Maria Saleem and you are watching my channel Urdu with Maria Saleem. The main aim of this video is to exemplify standards for those teaching or learning Cambridge IGCSE Urdu as a second language 0539 paper 2 listening. In IGCSE 0539, all candidates take two components. Component 1 reading and writing, component 2 or you may say it paper 2 listening. Candidates will be eligible for grades A star to G. Paper 2 listening is a written examination externally assessed, 35 to 45 minutes long, 30 marks but contributing 33% of overall qualification. Please note that all questions and responses will be in Urdu. Candidates should attempt all questions. To solve the paper, please use black or dark blue pen. Yes, dictionaries may not be used in the examination. Please do not use an erasable pen or correction fluid. Paper 2 listening consisting of 4 exercises that test listening skills. Candidates listen to recording of short and longer spoken text. Candidates hear the spoken material for each exercise twice. And don't be worried, appropriate pauses are included on the recording to allow candidates time to read the question and write their answers. For all parts of this paper, candidates write their answers in space provided in a question paper booklet. The areas of knowledge, understanding, and skills that you will be assessed on are called assessment objectives. Paper 2 listening tests the following assessment objectives. Number 1, identify and select relevant information. Number 2, understand ideas, opinions, and attitudes. Number 3, show understanding of the connections between ideas, opinions, and attitudes. Number 4, understand what is implied but not directly stated. For example, gist, speaker's purpose, intention, and feelings. Let me explain you in detail from these assessment objectives what do you need to be able to do. So let's start with the first one. Identify and select relevant information. Show you can understand factual information and ideas from a range of sources such as a recorded phone message, news or weather report, travel broadcast, interview, dialogue, memoir or telephonic conversation. What do you need to be able to do with assessment objective 2? Show you can identify relevant information and select correct details from a range of sources. Assessment objective 3. Yes, what do you need to be able to do? Show you can identify ideas, opinions, and attitudes from a range of sources and understand the connections between them. Assessment objective 4. Yes, please show some awareness of what is implied but not directly stated, such as gist, purpose, and intention. As I have told you that paper 20539 listening consists on 4 exercises. Exercise 1 is a short answer questions. Candidate hear a series of short spoken text, for example travel announcement, recorded phone messages, brief dialogues, and you have to write short answers in response to 8 questions and total 8 marks will be awarded if you write the correct answer. In exercise 1, there is no need to write full sentence.
सवाल नंबर 1।
अबूजान, कल हम स्कूल की तरफ से सैर पर जा रहे हैं।
बेटा, आप किस वक्त स्कूल से रवाना होंगे और आपकी वापसी किस वक्त होगी?
हम सुबह 7:30 बजे रवाना होंगे और उम्मीद है कि शाम 5:30 बजे तक वापस स्कूल पहुंच जाएंगे, लेकिन इसका दारोमदार ट्रैफिक पर है।
Exercise 2 is a gap-filled sentences. Candidate hear a longer spoken text, for example, conversation, interview, monologue, formal talk, and complete gaps in note sentences printed in the question paper, and total marks are 8.
نیند ایک فطری عمل ہے اور سونے سے کسے پیار نہیں۔ اس سے تھکاوٹ دور ہوتی ہے اور جسم کو آرام ملتا ہے۔ انسانی اعضاء تازہ دم ہو کر دوبارہ کام کرنے کے قابل ہو جاتے ہیں۔
Exercise 3 is a multiple matching. You hear 6 short extract or opinion and match each speaker to appropriate content. Total marks are 6.
مشق نمبر 3، سوال نمبر 10۔ آپ پبلک ٹرانسپورٹ کے متعلق 6 اشخاص کی گفتگو سن رہے ہیں۔ ہر ایک شخص کو اس کی دی گئی رائے اے سے جی سے ملائیں۔ ہر شخص کے لیے انگریزی حروف اے سے جی میں سے ایک حرف دیے گئے خانے میں لکھیں۔ ہر حرف کا استعمال صرف ایک بار کریں۔ ایک حرف اضافی ہے جسے استعمال کرنے کی ضرورت نہیں ہے۔ آپ ہر حصے کو 2 بار سنیں گے۔ پہلی رائے۔
میں اپنی سہیلیوں کے ساتھ اکثر فلم دیکھنے بس پر جاتی ہوں۔ آج کل سینما کے ٹکٹ بھی تو بہت مہنگے ہو گئے ہیں، لیکن اگر ہم اکٹھے بس پر سفر کریں تو فلم کے ٹکٹ پر 30% رعایت ملتی ہے۔ لیکن ایک مسئلہ یہ ہے کہ اگر شو دیر سے ختم ہو تو آخری بس نہیں ملتی اور ہمیں ٹیکسی لینا پڑتی ہے۔ کیا ہی اچھا ہو کہ ہم واپس گھر بھی بس پر آ سکیں۔
Exercise 4 multiple choice question. Candidate hear a discussion between 2 speakers and answer multiple choice comprehension questions. Total marks are 8.
ہم آپ کو اپنے پروگرام میں خوش آمدید کہتے ہیں۔ آج اس پروگرام میں ایک ہونہار طالبہ عالیہ اپنی روزمرہ زندگی کے بارے میں گفتگو کریں گی۔ السلام علیکم عالیہ۔
وعلیکم السلام۔
آپ کا بہت شکریہ کہ آپ یہاں تشریف لائی ہیں۔ آج ہم آپ سے آپ کے روزمرہ کے معمولات کے بارے میں بات چیت کریں گے۔ کیا آپ ہمارے سامعین کو بتائیں گی کہ آپ فارغ وقت میں کیا کرتی ہیں؟
جی ضرور۔ جب میں چھوٹی تھی تو ٹی وی بہت شوق سے دیکھتی تھی، لیکن اب میرے پاس زیادہ فارغ وقت نہیں ہوتا کہ میں اپنی پڑھائی اور ضروری کاموں کے بعد کچھ کر سکوں۔ میں عموماً اپنی سہیلیوں کے ساتھ فون پر باتیں کرتی ہوں، لیکن میری بہن کی خواہش ہے کہ میں اس کے ساتھ ستار بجانا سیکھوں۔
In Cambridge IGCSE 0539, there are some generic marking principles. These general marking principles must be applied by all the examiners, and they should be applied alongside the specific content of the mark scheme or generic level descriptors for a question. Each question paper and mark scheme will also comply with these marking principles. Generic marking principle 1. Marks must be awarded in line with number 1. The specific content of the mark scheme or the generic level descriptors for the question. Number 2. The specific skills defined in the mark scheme or in the generic level descriptors for the question. Number 3. The standard of responses required by a candidate as exemplified by the standardization scripts. Generic marking principle 2. Marks awarded are always whole marks, not half mark or other frictions. Generic marking principle 3. Marks must be awarded positively. Number 1. Marks are awarded for correct or valid answer. Number 2. Marks are awarded when candidates clearly demonstrate what they know and can do. Number 3, marks are not deducted for errors. Number 4, marks are not deducted for omissions. Number 5, answers should only be judged on the quality of spelling, punctuation, and grammar when these features are specifically assessed by the question as indicated by the mark scheme. The meaning, however, should be unambiguous. Generic marking principle 4. Rules must be applied consistently. For example, in situations where candidates have not followed instructions or in the application of generic level descriptors. Generic marking principle 5. Marks should be awarded using the full range of marks defined in the mark scheme for the question. Generic marking principle 6. Marks awarded are based on the requirements as defined in the mark scheme. Marks should not be awarded with grade threshold or grade descriptors in mind. In the next part of this video, I have provided some revision checklist. These include information from the syllabus that you should revise. They don't contain all the detailed knowledge you need to know, just an overview. Revision checklists are divided into two parts. First one you should be able to, and the second one ways to practice skills. Okay, let's start with you should be able to. Listen for specific information in short, separate statements. Listen for specific information in longer conversation and talks. Okay, ways to practice skills. First, for factual details, for example, news, weather, or travel reports. To announcements, for example, on the radio, at train station, at airport. To recorded phone messages, to recording of interviews on news program or chat shows. To people, for example, friends, family, teachers you are talking to in everyday situation about a particular topic. To talk on a particular topic, for example, history of your local area, a new invention. As you listen to each different source, write down the important information. Revision checklist 2, same, divided into two parts. First one, you should be able to listen for gist, understand the main idea of a conversation, follow the overall theme. And the ways to practice skills: listen to or watch television interviews where the host is asking a guest about his or her lifestyle, hobbies, job, future career, etc. Then write a profile of the guest. Second, after a class discussion, write a paragraph outlining your classmates' opinion. Third, interview a friend. Then write short sentences to show your overall understanding of what they said. Fourth, write some true-false questions based on an interview or conversation that you heard. Revision checklist 3. You should be able to understand what is said in formal and informal conversation. Ways to practice this skill: listen to different people talking in different situations and from different places, and check that you understood what was said. This advice will help you revise and prepare for the examination. Listen as widely and as often as you can. Listen to a person or two people speaking formally and informally, and listen to people talking from different places. Put simply, the more listening you can do, the better. Practice listening for particular words or phrases. Can you predict when the word or phrase may be said? In the examination, you will be asked to make notes based on conversation which might be quite long. This means writing down the main points in single word or short phrases. You will be asked to fill in gaps using notes. Please practice making notes while you listen to a long conversation. For more detail and practice, please solve the 30 papers in my book IGCSE Urdu as a Second Language 0539 by Maria Saleem. My book covers the reading and writing component and listening component of the Cambridge IGCSE Urdu as a Second Language 0539 syllabus for examination from 2022. This book contains authentic, culturally relevant material and exam style papers. For the preparation of paper 2 listening, my academic vocabulary in use book is very useful. In this book, I break down some of the official GCSE vocabulary into manageable groups. Buy books, please contact us. Thank you.